Alrighty, what's up, everybody? I'm Andrew, and from Live the Apocalypse, and I'm going to stream some Hollow Knight tonight. Great game, a lot of fun, going back and forth on my journey of streaming a game I played and streaming something I haven't. So I did Lost in Random, which was a lot of fun. Oh wow, my camera is backwards. How did that happen? Man, oh man, I hate that. That's going to weird me out. You'd think doing this by now, you'd think I would have figured out how to make all this look good. But no, it's always got to be a little something, a little special treat for some on the go corrections, you know, which whatever, not a big deal. Hopefully, this is something that will help people learn. Right, and then see me make these interesting things that occur. Oh, I got it. Yeah, not a problem. So, yeah. Oh no, the thing is, I know how to do most of the stuff now. The trouble is, it's just like, you know, there's always one little thing. There's always one little thing, and that's not a bad deal. I'm hoping that my trials and tribulations really help other people learn, you know. That's what it all comes down to. Adjust this chat window a little bit as well, make it all pretty like alright, looks like we're good to go. So yeah, we're gonna stream some Hollow Knight tonight, or I'm gonna stream some Hollow Knight tonight, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Game I played before, it's been a minute and I really like it, so I wanted to go back to it. And as I'm doing this, I'm gonna start kind of sourcing what to play next for a new thing, which will be interesting. I anticipate this going for a couple sessions, and then, yeah, we'll move on to what comes next, right? So this is different, though. We've changed it up a bit. We were doing stuff for Extra Life, and still plan to work with them in the future, but we decided to shuffle it up a little bit and do a run for a couple of new charities. So Will on his streams, he's fundraising for Planned Parenthood. I'm fundraising for the Surfrider Foundation, right? Which is a great charity. Bottom line, they're out to help save the oceans, clean up microplastics, right? Battle a bunch of real complicated issues when it comes to just making sure our water sources are safe and continue to be so, which is very important because I'm a fan of drinking water and being alive, so I think that's a worthy cause. So if you have the time, if you have the money on hand, please, it'd be great to throw a couple bucks towards the donation. If you just want to hang out and vibe, that's always appreciated. It makes my day because this is fun for me. Per my policy, I kicked in some money to the foundation already because can't ask for you to donate if I don't donate, so there it is. My other policy that I'm going to throw out there for this game, I had the death counter back up again. So I'll make a donation when I finish based on the death counter, similar to Dark Souls. Hopefully it's not as bad, but I'll probably put the cap again at $100. But we'll see how it plays out. Let's get in some Hollow Knight. We know how it sounds out there, if it's too loud or too quiet, right? I'm gonna make sure the audio is good. Do a quick test of the death counter. Seems to work. All right, much success. New game. Let's do it. In the wilds beyond, they speak your name with reverence and regret. For none could tame our savage souls, yet you the challenge met. Under palest watch you taught we had changed. Based instincts were redeemed. A world you gave to bug and beast as they had never dreamed. Also, this game is very cute because there's a lot of cute bugs in it. That makes me happy. Because bugs are cool. There's also a lot of scary bugs. Scary. That's a scary bug. Bam. I love the art in this game, too. I've been picking a lot of aesthetically pleasing games recently, because I've just been loving design teams. This is done by Team Cherry, by the way. 4-person production team did all this. I believe they did all the art, and they just kicked ass with it. It's all very pretty. Let's begin. Superhero landing. It's good for the knees. Alright. Chop a chop. I got my little nail. Let's go and see. Oh, ha. Door's in the way. Hey, little bug. Sorry, dude. Alright. Yeah, game by Team Cherry. There it is. So, thank you for the assist. So I think the goal for this game is to do the 112% completion, right? So that gives me the couple extra things at the end. And I think it's all the charms, all the extra bosses, all that stuff. Higher beings. These words are for you alone. Your great strength marks you among us. Focus your soul, and you shall achieve feats of which others can only dream. Collect souls by striking enemies. Once enough souls collected, hold B, or in this case O for me, use the controller, to focus soul and heal. Charge up. Mosquitoes, no. None of that. Okie dokie. Oh, wait, let's see if this goes anywhere first. The other place looks kind of cool and hidden, though. That's probably more important. Yeah. Ooh. Split. So pretty. Alright, I'm gonna check out the little hidden cave area. Jump. It is interesting, having played this and getting all the cool stuff. What up? What are you baking? No sugar explosion is a good goal. I'm not here to tell you how to bake. I will say it definitely adds a layer of entertainment, but it might be a little messy. Pumpkin chai snickerdoodles. Those sound delicious. They sound amazing. Up. Son of a bitch. Oh. Look, stuff. Alrighty, let's do... Yeah, stuff. I think I can go across here. Yeah, the idea of pumpkin chai snickerdoodles sounds absolutely on brand. Bounce. Alright, yeah. I still got it! Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Within our lands, do not hide your true form. Let all bask in your majesty, for only this kingdom could produce one such as you. Ooh, stuff. Fury of the Fallen. Equip a charm to activate its powers, and I need to rest at a bench to do so. Okay. Aha! Cool. Going full circle. Alright. Now, these pumpkin chai lattes, or pumpkin chai snickerdoodles, excuse me. Are they to share? Are they for you? Are you bringing enough for the rest of the class is what I'm asking. Because I need to manage my expectations on how many of these I'm going to eat. Because I do. The face. Oh. You're also doing way better than I did. I just bought a bunch of stuff off the Amazon. So, for those of you who are curious, tomorrow we're doing like a little fall hike with a couple people, and the theme is pumpkin, so the idea is everyone's bringing some sort of pumpkin, flavored or styled treat, wearing orange, and just having a chance to get outside and enjoy. Hopefully what turns into a nice day. It was beautiful today. Hopefully that holds. The bacon and feed summoned strong with this one. For sure. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Beyond this point, you enter the land of kings, of king and creator. Step across this threshold and obey our laws. Bear witness to the last and only civilization, the eternal kingdom, Hollow Nest. Alright. Must break door. Kick it in. Let's go! Boom. Yeah, I don't have any of my dash abilities or anything. So I'm just gonna hop a bit. But, yeah, such... There it is. Dirt Mouth, the fading town. Hello! Very wildless, friend. Hello there, traveler. I'm afraid there's only me left to offer welcome. Our town's fallen quiet, you see. The other residents, they've all disappeared. Headed down that well, one by one, into the caverns below. Used to be there was a great kingdom beneath our town. It's long fell to ruin, yet it still draws folks into its depth. Wealth, glory, enlightenment. That darkness seems to promise all things. I'm sure you too seek your dreams down there. Well, watch out. It's a sickly air that fills that place. Creatures turn mad and travelers are robbed of their memories. Perhaps dreams aren't such great things after all. I love it. To equip a charm, open charms menu while resting at bench. Okay. Button. Wrong button. Button. Well, I can equip that for now because it's the only charm I have. Fury of the Small. Yeet. Alrighty. Forgotten Crossroads. Oh, hello. Chop, chop, chop. Ah, how dare. I took damage. I hate that. Kamehameha. Oh. Success. I had a good time naming this stream. I was like, you bug me. Or like, what did I call this? I don't remember anymore. This game really bugs me. That's what it is. Yeah, I named it like 5 minutes ago, but I forgot. That's how I do. Oh no! Why are you sad? That's right, all the little caterpillars are missing. We'll find your kids. It'll be cool. Alright. Oh no! Alright. Chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop. Yeah. So how's everybody doing? How's life in general? I feel like today was a pretty good day for a lot of people. The Pilgrim's Way. Travelers of Hollow Nest. Descend through verdant wilds and fungal groves to the city at this kingdom's heart. There all wishes shall be granted, and all truth revealed. Busy, 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 Busey. Yeah! Gary Busey. No. Now, is that a good busy or like a pure chaos panic busy? Because I've definitely hit that good busy a couple times recently where I've been like, I'm doing a lot, but I feel like I'm getting stuff done, and that's nice. Versus like... Oh, I missed that jump. Had a to-do list of 5 starting today. Now it's 12 with subsections. Good. Good God. That sounds awful. Well, hopefully it gets better? Better. It will get better. It must get better. You have no choice. Ominous positivity. Hmm? Ah, hello there. Come down to explore these beautiful old ruins? Ruins. Don't mind me. I have a fondness for exploring myself. Getting lost and finding your way again is a pleasure like no other. We're exquisitely lucky, you and I. I'm a cartographer by trade, and I'm working on mapping this area right now. Would you like to buy a copy of my work so far? I would love a map, thank you. It was a lot of, wait, Caitlin, organize and track and fill thing out. Good, have more. Ah, yes.
Chocole, correct this.
The eternal punishment for doing good work is more work. A map can be a useful thing, but it alone won't show you where you are. If you've not the head for directions, yeah, I suggest purchasing a compass from my wife, Zelda. She's just now opening a new map shop in Dirtmouth. Yay! Selling all sorts of useful things to wanderers like yourself. She even sells some of my old maps from time to time. I pop back to see her whenever I finish mapping an area. She's always so excited to see me. Aw, they're cute. I have a map. Excellent. Let's see. It's okay. I get to pick new super important programs that I'll be the main admin on. Oh, cool. And contact for. So, job security, assuming I don't F it up. Yeah? I've played this once before. I played it, I believe, on Joydub's recommendation sometime between last week and 6 years ago. Because, again, time has no meaning. It's been long enough that I don't remember everything, and that's good. So. But not too long that my platformer skills I think are actually pretty good. Because that's my kind of jam right there. But I do recall this being a lot easier when I finally have all the cool upgrades, when I can like fly and dash and do all the fun stuff. But that's okay, we'll get there. Gotta start somewhere, right? Get out of here. Oh no. Hello, caterpillar! Hello, friend. You don't bug me. So. Yeah, that was the trade-off. It was the order of operations that Joydub recommended to me. Like, it was the idea that I convinced him to play Dark Souls, and in turn, he convinced me to play Hollow Knight. And so, whenever he played Dark Souls, is probably around that time. Which may have been like 2 years ago, I don't know. I remember a lot of very angry Discord messages at very random hours about his Souls experience, which is pretty on brand for the Souls franchise in general. I'm so excited for that Elden Ring game that's coming out, because holy cow. Oh, knocked myself off the platform. Get that money, get those geos. Because I'm going to play that. I'm probably going to live stream that at some point, and I'm going to let that game's just going to epically destroy me. And, oh, hello. Get out of here. Oh no, brought a friend. Okay. Parkour! Oh. Aha. Yes! He gave him 10 and I just trying to kill things. You just gotta kill things faster, that's the trick. You know? I say that knowing full well that I played a lot of Dark Souls, so that 25-hour stream was rough, but definitely within the realm of feasibility. That was the first time playing, because my first playthrough file must have been, God, 60 hours, I think, of just stupid deaths all over the place. What's up, Power Child? Where's the hot sauce and bourbon? Well, I can always acquire more. The option, look, it's not an incentive thing that's out there on the Discord or whatever, but I will definitely, for a donation of $50 to Surfrider Foundation, which is what I'm streaming for right now, I'll go find some hot sauce and something downstairs that's terrible and consume it. So I'll play this crazy game. But also, thanks for joining. So there's also, if you want to see some good suffering, I should clip out actually all the shots I did on the Dark Souls run. There's so many things I should clip out. I made a super edit of all the deaths that I did, and for some reason could not upload it. So that was very upsetting to me. I had to compromise and upload the first 50, which worked. I guess is entertaining, but Twitch video editor is a little tricky. And also, I don't know how to edit videos, so if it sucks, I guess tell me, but be kind. I don't know. It's, I guess good feedback is a way to grow, so I'll take it. But yeah, you got a donation. You got a $50 donation. I'll go downstairs and grab a bunch of hot sauces. I think I have some liquor in the house. But we can mix up a custom, terrible, suffering drink right now, in this moment. I'll continue my trend of suffering for good causes. I guess the hashtag is bad choices for good causes. Yep. Such a tiny bell. So. Jump. Take me anywhere? Let's see anywhere. Oh, can't dash. Lame. So. But yeah, I'll keep that going. I have no issues with it. The bottom line is, whatever gets the money to the charities, right? Whatever actually makes a difference and has an impact. Because that's the point. Otherwise, I'd just be playing this in my basement or something, or, you know, wherever. But the whole point of streaming it, ow. Just make sure that try and build a community to try to make a difference, to try to do a bunch of cool stuff, you know? And I think we're getting there. You know, we got a good Discord thing going on. We're starting to get more active on Twitter, which is nice, because I do believe beyond just donations, in order to really make a good, solid impact on the world, or at least your community around you, is to actually engage with other people and start tying people in. And we're starting to make some good progress in that. So it's a very roundabout way of saying, yo, give me money, I'll F my body up, it's fine. Listen, greetings, little one. It's been an age since I last heard the ringing of a station bell. It echoed down the stagway, and it called me to you. I've grown stiff and tired these many years, and I've forgotten much, but the sound of the bell will always call me back. These stagways stretch the depths of Hollow Nest. If you want to travel them, hail me from the platform. I'll take you where you need to go. Yay! 100% LFTA TED Talk. This is my actual good advice hour, as opposed to my good advice hour of, you know, how you should absolutely, I don't know, buy rockets to go to AMC or something like that. Is that the thing on Reddit? Just kidding. But here, a friend. That seems like a break. Oh, hello. No, I mean, real talk. If you build a good community, if you have people who are engaged and actively work to support each other, it doesn't matter if it's like your neighbors, if it's done online in community discords. The idea is that charities can only do so much, and part of making good, effective, and lasting change is getting people engaged and involved in whatever the matter is, right? Because at the end of the day, it's individual people who are going to have to band together to actually make differences. So having that baseline, having that ability to coordinate, having a place of origin for people to sit down and talk through ways to help is important. And also, let's be real, it can be a lot of fun, because the idea is you're not supposed to make it a ton of work, right? It's good, effective, and quality things that change, hopefully, the world for the better. Oop. As I jump right into the spikes. but you can also, I don't know, go for a hike and bake cookies and stuff. Play video games and talk about your bad ideas or ramble on about your ways to build communities or some stuff, and no one can tell you to stop because it's my stream, damn it. Ha ha ha. I guess you could just leave though. But yeah, that's a big thing. So speaking of that, it actually seems like a good time to do the thing real quick, which is spam the Discord. So we've been working on trying to build out the Discord community, get that more active and engaged as well. So if you have fun with these streams, if you think what's happening is cool, or if you have suggestions, if you want to just hang out, if you want to do some movie watch parties, which we have coming up on the schedule soon, just find ways to interact with more nerds. If you're looking for a good gaming community who's pretty chill, hop in, right? And then one of the other things we're going to try to start working on is incentives and prizes. Huh. My mom, who still feels bad she hit the really rough shot, was actually very insightful about it. It's nice to see you guys involved doing something you enjoy for a good cause and being together however it works. Yeah, that's 100% it. And again, please express to your mom, like, her donation was awesome, and I made that choice on my own free will, so she should not feel guilty about it in any way, shape, or form. I very much appreciate her involvement, but I like her philosophy. I like the way she thinks about stuff, because that's basically it. Right? Find something you're passionate about, find a way to engage, and get other people to do it, too. I think I'm going the right way. Oh yeah, I don't have a compass thing, so I'm just gonna go. I'm just exploring. This looks like fun. Boop the snoot! Boop! I booped it. Get mad. I'm sorry, friend. You're actually kind of cute. She mostly blamed me for making it way too big, you jerk. Eh, it was a shot. It was fine. It was fair within the parameters, you know. No regrets. Rude. Just the way they bounce around. There we go. Success! Da -da 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 -da. I can't get there yet. Alrighty. I guess I kind of know where I am. I mean, I'm in the Forgotten Crossroads, so that's easy enough. Money! Oop. Stuff. There we go. But yeah, I mean, that's really what...
Oh.
Hello, dude!
Oh.
What are you, oaf? You wield your nail like a club. That's me. How much deeper do we have to go?
Oh.
Ooh, phrasing. I'm going to call phrasing on that one. 100% there. Maybe not. Maybe my mouse is just going to say, screw it. Oh, what? Who are you? I see. This old village. What a strange dream to have led me down here. If you hadn't found me, I don't think I would have ever woken. I'm Sly. Usually, I live an uneventful life up in Dirtmouth. The air in these ruins, doesn't agree with me, so I'd best be getting back. If you return above, come see me. I'm probably the friendless face left here, and I can thank you properly for your good deeds. Good deed. Cool, thanks, buddy. Alrighty. Oh, man. What are you? You open? Nope. Okay. Cool. We continue our exploration. Can still have a bit of a map. I think I'm down... Well, doesn't really matter. You can't see. I think I'm down at the bottom right-ish. Going off my expert navigational senses. Oop. I jumped down a hole. Good stuff. Good stuff. So. Yeah. Collect up all this geo so I can buy a bunch of cool stuff. Tram does not work. But let's continue the adventure, shall we? Yeah, that's my TED talk. Those are my that's my 2 cents on how to make things better. Because obviously it's stuff that can happen at like bigger levels and county, state, federal. On those levels, there's big things that can happen in terms of like global projects and all that. But on a individual level, especially people who are like looking for a way to get tied in and don't exactly know where to start, that's what I'd recommend, is just finding a community that has a bunch of shared interests that you can be a part of and actively engage in, and then work to just do good things in that community. Does it solve all the problems? Heck no. Does it make the world a little better? Sure. Haha! Success. And that is really all you can ask for. I mean, you can ask for all the problems to be solved, but I don't think that's... Yes, it's not a cult. 100%. It's definitely not a cult. It is a lifestyle where you come and give us all your stuff and trust us that we know what is best for the community. Don't do that. That's bad advice. Or sorry, good advice, rather. Hello. Aha. Chop, chop. Ow! Rude. Yeah, that's right, you do a lot of damage. Haha! Payday! Cute. Alrighty. You're free! Be free! Look. I'm just saying. And it's like, what a idea. I'm gonna... Not a good idea. I'm gonna... Comes, well, what's good in one's mind and blah blah blah. Nah, you know what? Just don't do that. Don't join a cult. That's today's lesson. Today's hot advice. Ow. Stay cult free. Me, I've been cult free since '93. It's catchy, right? It's very catchy. Cult free since 2003. I don't know. I don't think I've ever joined a cult. I definitely have been pitched a bunch of pyramid schemes. I guess if I joined a cult, I wouldn't know it was a cult. There would be flags, though. They'd probably be very rare. No, I've definitely been pitched pyramid schemes by friends before. I had a buddy from high school way back when, after like time had passed, and he hit me up one day. We used to play soccer together for about 3 years. Now, the only version of the armed forces that are a cult are the Marines. They're 100% a cult. The Air Force is a corporation. Army and Navy do stuff, but Marines are 100% a cult. I'm not saying that in a bad way, because they get shit done, but they have a mentality that is wild, and I don't... I appreciate it, but I do not match it, if that makes sense. What's going on? QO Twitch? Nice, okay. What is a cult, really? Same conundrum. What is a salad? Oh, here we go. Oh, man. Okay, so we're going to take a quick second to talk through this. This actually... I don't even know where to go, how to break this down. Okay, so... First of all, I saw a TikTok that is like, hey, everything can be classified into some category of soup, salad, or sandwich. The rule being that it has to have 2 ingredients, right? So like a basic thing like, hey, steak is steak. Like, it's what it is. But if you add steak with a bunch of mushrooms, let's say, then you could argue, okay, that might be a salad. Because you're looking at whether or not it's predominantly carb covered or carb wrapped, the percentage of liquid, and all this other stuff. But the idea is that you can break it down into one of those three categories, and it's infuriating because it's technically true and it's also very bad. But the other part about that causes a lot of good fights, though. In the same way that, like, should you put pineapple on pizza is a fun fight. I guess I'll get back to the surface. I need a map. But the other thing is, when I was in college, I did a paper for one of my sociology classes talking about, well, like, what is a cult even? And my argument was, you know, more of a... My argument was the breakdown of, okay, well, when you really look at it, varsity soccer is a cult, playing Dungeons and Dragons is a cult. Like, it just depends on how you break down the definition, and really, what's the intent? Now, I say all that knowing, like, I qualify this entire conversation with there are actual, like, real cults out there that ruin people's lives. They are problems. It is not a good thing to joke about. Those things are not what I'm referring to. This is just kind of a, like, what is the difference between a cult and an organization? You know, the kind of a thought exercise, right? Cult salad. Cult salad. That's good. That's good stuff. But 100% accurate. So, oh, I just fell. But, like, when you get to, okay, like, obviously salad is a salad, right? But then you ask the question, okay, if I'm doing a Cobb salad and it's predominantly meat, or, I'm sorry, if I'm doing a Cobb salad and I add a shitload of croutons, does it become a sandwich when you mess with the carb to lettuce ratio, right? How many croutons do I have to add to a salad before it becomes a sandwich? Or how much ranch do I have to add to a salad, or blue cheese in a Cobb salad case, before it becomes a soup? Which is an upsetting thought when you really break it down. Do either of you listen to a podcast, A Hot Dog is a Sandwich, done by Josh from Good Mythical Morning? A delightful mix of manic HD energy and sheer culinary knowledge. I've actually not listened to that either, but I'd be intrigued by that. It's always nice to have something to think about, because, like, do a lot of hiking or do a lot of driving, it's nice to just have stuff to entertain my brain. Oh. Come to buy a map, have you? It's really my husband you should be dealing with, but what a surprise. He's headed down below. He'll pop back up occasionally to deliver new maps for the store, but I do wish he'd spend a little more time up here. I've not much interest in retail myself. Now, let's see what's here for me to sell. I love the idea that, like, Zelda's just rummaging through the drawers and just being like, I don't know, I guess I could say this for $2.20? That sounds right. I get enough of that at work. Are you a chef? Do you do cooking stuff? Or am I, like, completely missing the mark on that one? Papanada. That makes me very happy. I do love the NPC responses in this game. Like the weird nonsense language that all the bug people speak. It's so good. You know, I just spent all my money on map stuff and I didn't anything from Sly. I probably can't afford it. But hello. I knew we'd meet again. How do you like my cozy little store? I made myself pretty comfortable here, selling old trinkets to travelers like yourself. If you're planning a trip below, I have several items that may improve your chance of survival. Ah, yes, the cost of preparation. Measured now in gold, and later in blood. Different game. Very good game. Yeah, I can't afford any of this stuff right now. So. But, I don't know. It's fun stuff to think about. It's definitely great for... Again, I like to do a lot of hiking, so when you're out on the Appalachian Trail or something, and you've been out there for a little while now, and you and your friends are bored, you just be like, I don't know. I think cereal's a sandwich, and then just start an argument. Or the other thing I do like to do is plan D&D games while I'm out and about, which is actually very problematic. I get some of my best planning done while I'm in the car. Oh, I say that knowing, like, I did not casually hike the entire AT. I wish I could just, like, throw that flex out there. That is not accurate. This is more of a, like, it's 45 minutes from my house, approximately, so we'll just get some people together and go hike for a day in camp. Still a good hike, but definitely not the, oh yeah, just, you know, when I get bored and hike the AT in my spare time. That is my aunt, however. She's done it twice, I believe, all the way through. Both her and her husband have, and they are pretty hardcore when it comes to hiking. They've done the Pacific Crest Trail and a couple others. I think the El Camino out in Spain. They've crushed some hiking. It's incredibly impressive. But I, unfortunately, cannot claim that same level of flex. Oh, damn it, I didn't actually put the charm on. It helps if you buy the accessory and then put the accessory on. Alright, I think there's a bench down here. Yeah. See, I got so excited talking about soups that I just completely forgot. But if you win the soup argument, right, if you actually convince somebody that something is a soup, the finishing move is to just send that gif of Adam Driver from, I don't even know what movie it is, but just him going, good soup, you know, and really just drive it home. This is not the same way I went before. Well, could stop and ask for directions, but I'm committed at this point. So I'll just... Ow! Rude. Okay. Excuse me. Trying to keep that death counter at 0 so far. Doing good. Refuse to pay $1 in this fight. In this fight. I thought you were going to say the more one. Which more one? Sorry, I may have absolutely distracted myself. I mean, I'm a huge fan of just anything that looks cool for hiking. So if you know of like an even cooler trail, let me know, because yeah, I apologize. I lost the thread on my own conversation there. No, the Adam Driver meme, just like, no, fire everything. No, that's Star Trek. Target, fire all weapons at that man. Yeah, that's the one. That was a cool scene. Oh, man, I mixed up my pop culture references very badly. The idea that I would make a Star Trek reference in a Star Wars conversation, like I should just have my nerd credit. But oh right, hello. But this is Star Trek Wars, you know, the Battle Wars Galactica. I'm not trying to be a troll. I just honestly cannot remember things at times. But I do love me some Adam Driver. He actually had a really interesting TED Talk about how he went from his mentality in the cult of the Marine Corps, right, to his theater and I guess the literature he was reading. His theater degree and the literature he was reading. Whoops. And how that actually helped him a lot when he left military service, and how it kind of opened his eyes and put words to feelings that he had and couldn't quite express. It's a very good TED Talk. I'll see if I can find it and post it somewhere, like in the Discord. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was very, very well thought out and very deep. It is nice to have those moments where you can finally actually add words to describe a feeling. Oh. Nope, get away. Ow. Yeah, I enjoy Adam Driver, actually. He's got an interesting, really cool voice. Nope. Ow. Yeah, we did it! Parkour. Parkour? Oh, I don't think I saw that. Which city crest? The tongue. Ah. I don't think I saw his SNL appearance. That I think that'd be really good because he is pretty entertaining. Oh, okay. Yes, I have seen that. I didn't realize that's part of the skit. That makes a whole lot of sense. His undercover boss costume was great. Oh. Undercover boss Kylo Ren. I do like how someone put it out on, I think it was a Reddit thread I ended up on. I don't know, it was somewhere about something about Star Wars. And they're like, yeah, it's funny that Vader, when he gets pissed off, just chokes out or otherwise intimidates the Imperial officers. Whereas, you know, Kylo Ren, when he gets pissed off, just takes his wrath out on the nearest person. And the kind of the difference there. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. You know, Vader, yeah, Anakin used to work with all the enlisted guys, so I guess that makes sense that he's not like trying to choke them out. Who is that creeping out of the darkness? My, you're looking grim. A strange empty face and a wicked-looking weapon. That's me. Empty face, nothing there. Something important has drawn you down to Hollownest's corpse. Down into Hollownest's corpse, excuse me. But I won't ask what. Perhaps the reason you found me is because you need my help. The Snail Shaman. Say no more, friend. I'm going to give you a gift. A nasty little spell of my own creation. It's just perfect for a little one like you. Oh ho ho. I like the shaman stick. Phenomenal power. Oop. And now I nap. Vengeful Spirit. Tap B to unleash. Soul will deplete. Spell will deplete soul. Replenish soul by striking enemies. Yep. Hit stuff, get more power. Check. Now, I think Adam Driver is pretty talented. I did not realize that the undercover boss thing was SNL, but now that I think about it for like 2 seconds, that makes a lot of sense. I catch a lot of things, like... I'm very bad at deliberately looking for things. I usually end up on like a YouTube rabbit hole journey or something like that, and that's how I can kind of get keyed into random media that exists, which is always fun, or just recommendations from friends, right? So, like, I've never watched an episode of Undercover Bosses, but I've seen clips from just hanging out on YouTube at 2 a.m. because, I don't know, I guess I should probably be sleeping, but that sounds like a better use of my time. Kapow! I do like that I can actually now Kamehameha people. Kamehameha! So satisfying. Good job. So is this like a platformer, Caitlin? Is this I don't know if Will's still around the chat. I'm just kind of poking fun at him. I enjoyed his playthrough of Bastion a lot. It's a very cool looking game. And watching Paradise Killer the other day, that game is wild. Like, just not... It's like the sexiest noir... If Will is playing anything, it could be a platformer. Yeah, sure. I mean, I guess it's like... I have full health. I guess it's like the soup salad thing, like anything is a platformer, or... If you have to jump once in your game at some point, I guess it's a soup. Is Paradise Killer a soup or a sandwich? Or is it a salad? I would argue it's a soup. Because of all the murders and all the blood. But... it could also be a sandwich because of all the, you know, aggressive sexual overtones that are in that game. And... I don't know. Maybe it's just a sexy sandwich. Who knows? Who am I to judge? I just work here. Vertical doesn't count. You have to go from one location to another. Oh. Well, out of power. Good talk. Stop it. Pow. Rude. Stop it. Stop it. Flip, flip, flip. Ow. Rude. Yeah, stuff. Soul Catcher. That's a charm I like a lot. And we'll equip. Hey, friend. Oh, there you are. I was watching over you while you slept. Not weird. And must have slipped away myself. I woke up and found you disappeared. You're a surprising one. Ho ho ho! Actually, I want to ask a small favor of you. You see, there's a certain creature just above us, in the heart of this temple. Are you taken care of, bro? Oh. Well, yet another surprise. You've slain that creature before I've even asked. I scarcely deserve such a friend as you. You're marvelous. That's right, dude. You don't even have to ask me to murder things. I'll just go kill them. For great power. And look, the gate between us has opened. I'm sure you're eager to move on. Farewell, and have faith. Whatever you're seeking, it will find you. Oh. I love games that allow you to quest as you go and adapt. Oh, 100%. I like that a lot. If I know we've talked about Brendan Lee Mulligan before on this podcast, this stream, but he talks about the idea of milestone leveling in D&D, and the difference between milestone and XP. I get to be my little overachiever self in game life. I think that's why a lot of games are so satisfying at times. But before I lose my thread, so he talks about XP versus milestone leveling. It's like milestone, okay, you're a wizard, you accomplish things, you do research, and on certain milestones you gain more spells and unlock new incantations and arcane research. And a world full of XP, it's like, nah, my man, like, you want to go out and get stronger, you gotta go kill things. Like, I don't know why you're hitting the books. Go fight stuff. Go find those aberrations and those weird, monstrosities and just take them out. Reading's for chumps, man. Like, go. You don't need to read. You need to just murder everything in your path, and then you become a better wizard. That's how you become an archmage. And that is why I use milestone XP. To prevent wanton murder. And I think it actually works pretty well. But I have been pondering a game concept that... Hello, Sly. There is Gathering Swarm. That's the one. Gimme. Alright. I'll continue to get more money in later. But I was pondering a game concept where... Oh no. Okay. As you level up in the D&D world to track XP through track XP, you basically have a magical bracer or some magical item that, you know what? I think I pulled the inspiration from Warbreaker. Now that I really think about it, the idea that as you take out monsters or people or what have you in the D&D world, you get their essence, their arcana, their soul, their whatever, Solarum. There's a 3.5 D&D book about that, souls and stuff. But the idea... Where do you go? The idea being that you would accumulate this power over time, and eventually when you took other things out, you'd be able to take their soul power or their what have you, and that is the thing that would actually make you stronger. Don't have the ability to jump walls. And of course, that meant if you got taken out, then they could take all the soul's breaths, power, what have you, from you and level up that way. Which I thought was kind of fun and would make it a little more interesting in terms of consequences to death and etc., etc. Because I don't like the idea of negative levels from death, but I like the idea of, I don't know, adventures to get back something. There should be consequences, but I don't like the consequences to always be mechanical. Like, again, welcome to my TED Talk about bad ideas for D&D. and why someone should sponsor me to just run games forever, and that'd be my job, because that'd be cool. Can't swim in acid, check. But I think the concept is kind of cool. I gotta refine it. It was just something that randomly came up. I think I was talking to Heather about it one day. Took the dogs out and just we're hanging out. But hello! You look cute. Did. Alright, nothing up here. Let us continue our journey into the woods. Into the woods. Into the woods. Into the Fungal Wastes. Nope. Into the wastes we go. Any suggestions on how to tap into your inner creative side for D&D? You talking about in terms of like the creative progress, or just how to get the ball rolling in terms of ideas for inspiration, or I got a lot of different thoughts on that. I just want to try to narrow down what you're looking for. That way I don't just ramble for 20 minutes about something that is vaguely adjacent to your question, but not actually a brand. Making gameplay fun as a player. Okay, that I get. So, couple things in my brain. Number one, as you're going through and talking through your concepts with your GM for your session 0, which is a big thing you should have. Gotcha. I'm with you on that one. So number one big thing is session 0s, right? So it's making sure that like everything that you plan to do with your character, the arc that you want to try to have your character follow loosely, right? You don't want to plan on everything from day one. But saying like, oh, I want to play a criminal who learns the way errors of his ways and becomes a good person later on. Cool, that's the arc. The DM's going to help incorporate that, and should give you moments in the spotlight to let you then really define that. And as you start to pick up what you've got going on with your character, having that fun narration is always good, right? Having those key moments where you identify something that should be plot relevant for you, or interesting at least, and then playing on it, and more importantly, informing the rest of the party in character of what your goals are, even if they're limited. That way they can start to play into your bit as well. Because if someone knows that you really hate the Imperial Guard for some reason, right? And you don't want to like kill them, let's say, because you're not really a bad person, but you definitely want to inconvenience them. You want to like graffiti their tower shields, or put saliva from a rust monster on their armor because they pissed you off for reasons, and that's just like the way you kind of get back at them in a pseudo vigilante whatever. That's something that the other players can help you with and can help prompt as well, and it becomes a collaborative thing, and then you're all working together to have this fun bit that you can all enjoy, right? And in terms of like the flavor text and the narrative, I know when I run games, I'm a huge fan of just telling people, hey, just do flavor text, just do stuff, and if it's too much, I'll let you know, like, hey, you gotta burn you have to burn a spell slot for that, or you have to actually use a skill or make a check, right? But otherwise, letting people kind of get creative in the narration, I think, is a big one, because there's less of a hesitation when people start to say, like, oh, do I do this? Like, no, just tell me what you do. If we think we gotta roll, we gotta roll. And that helps a good dialogue and trust go back and forth between the player and the GM, so it gives you a lot more freedom to pursue those choices and start fleshing out that character motivation. If that makes sense. Because I find a lot of people that I've played with, especially newer players, they'll ask a lot of stuff like, "Oh, can I go into the place?" Or like, "Can I change my outfit here?" It's like, no, just tell me what, like, do the thing. It's a collaborative story. I trust you to narrate with the best intention of the story and the game overall, because we're here to have fun and make it interesting, right? Because I can just say at any point in time I win. When new, it helps to have prompts like Joe does. Tell me about the scene. How's your character face look right now, etc. Oh, hey, that's a very good point, and thank you for that. Thank you for keeping me on track. Prompting's very good too. If you have Joe is incredibly good at it. Joe Gates, in our pulp game, also does a improv group called the Comedy Show Gates on the side, and he's an expert in prompting for reaction. He's God. I'd like to think I'm good at it, but he's a professional, literally. So, but asking those moments, right, when you're, and again, it's a dialogue. It's good for the GM. It's good for the DM to do that. It's also good for the player to think through what's going on. One of the ways I like to start things is, hey, you're in your house. What does your house look like? You know, what is your morning routine? Do you make breakfast, or do you rise and shine super early and like go on a run because you're a champion fighter and that's your deal, or like, are you a hyper focused wizard who stayed up till like 4 a.m. studying? So like your alarm clock is going off and you do not care. It is like past noon. You may consider rolling out of bed around 2. But those interactions, like what are you wearing? What are you thinking? What are you feeling? When this happens, what are your actual thoughts? And then asking for those, not just intangible things, but the tangible stuff as well. Like what do you like? Describing what you feel, the tactile sensations, the olfactory sensations, and all that stuff goes into kind of building better prompts and getting the character more involved. Because at the end of the day, it's like, okay, your mentor gets cut down in front of you. How do you feel in this moment? I feel mad. Why? Is it because he's dead? Is it because you're scared? Is it because you don't think you can avenge him? Like, let's dive deep into that. And I've used that a couple times in games to try to like prompt, hey, what are your motivations for things? And I think that helps when that is unlocked. So I guess the short answer is that the storyteller should be asking those questions. If they're not, then think through them. You know? Like, oh, 100%. There's got to be a good give and take. I'm a huge fan of the spotlight rotation, and I believe thoroughly when the spotlight's on you, that you should take it, run with it, do amazing things, have the scene, and at that point, if I'm running the game, should absolutely be doing everything I can to help you succeed or do the thing in the scene. Doesn't mean you will, but my job is to encourage it all, because you're the PC and you should have a cool moment. And if the dice say no, well, I mean, dice are gonna dice sometime. Hey! Isn't this a contrast from the crossroads? Such a humid, lively place. The road twists and turns in the most wonderful ways. I've done my best to chart the area ahead, though I must admit some of the other areas' inhabitants provide quite a nuisance. I like the map. It also really helps to read authors who are strong in dialogue and character development. Personally, Brandon Sanderson's style of thinking and narrative is handy. I agree with that. Sanderson is very good at describing internal monologue, and that's impressive. But the give and take is critical. If you have a table who has a good rhythm of give and take, you're going to notice that not only is the storyteller, if they're doing their job right, setting you up for success in those scenes, right? When those moments come, when those big critical decisions happen, when those things incorporating your backstory, or when it just happens to be your turn in the initiative and you're about to do something cool for 6 seconds, the storyteller should be prompting you for that. And the other players should be supporting you in those moments, because when it becomes their turn, you should be doing the same thing, right? Should be hyping them up and giving them advantage, and doing what you can to make their cool stuff succeed. Hello. But if you have that trust, it's good because people will willingly give you the spotlight, or they'll willingly give you an opportunity to shine. If you run into a table where people are kind of not really collaborating or cooperating well, it can be stressful. And that way, because you're in there trying to do your bit, you're in there trying to do anything from like something simple to, I don't know, I make lunch with my family because I have lunch every day with my family. That's important to me. And it can be a quick scene, but you make a point to do it. And someone's like rolling their eyes like, oh my god, can we just get back to the action? It's like, hey man, be cool. Like, I want to develop this relationship because it's important to the character and it's important to the story. Just being engaging with the group and listening to how other people think, describe, it also helps too. I need to know what my buddies are doing, assuming I'm around, and yes, and will also will also borrow what I like about their styles. Yep. There's a good video by a dude named Guy. He's on YouTube. He's got a cool British accent and talks about. He has a lot of videos out. I mean, like, he's probably in the triple digits for number of videos he's put out. But he's got one called "How to Be a Great Player," and a lot of the things I'm talking about, he summarizes in a very good way because he actually brings like graphics and, you know, makes it a little more consumable and on topic. Whereas I am right now, I'm just kind of just rambling with my ideas, and Caitlin's helping because, you know, I'm all over the place and I'm also playing this game. But the idea being, you know, why is your character here, right? What are they looking to do? Why does this quest matter to them? What do they need from the other players? And then asking the other players, hey, what can I do to help you? Because inevitably you'll get that same feedback from them. You should anyway. In a collaborative story, that is huge. If people aren't doing that, then they're not being good players. You know? Now, if they're not doing that because their paladin character simply doesn't agree with the way you've decided to pursue a course of action, and they want to help you, but this is not the way, we can't do violence, you know. Okay. They're in character. But if they're just like, nah, your goals are stupid and I don't want to do that, like, they're just being a bad player and probably a bad friend. And I would not want to play with people like that, because then it feels like you're fighting to get your stuff in edgewise, and if people act like it's an inconvenience, then you'll want to do it less. And that feels really shitty. But if people are hyping you and they're like very excited to hear what you have to say and do, then no, it's just like over time I've seen these lessons, right? I've seen this stuff where you have moments where you try really hard to meet new people, play with new characters, and there are some people who are just, they're there to play their own game and they don't really care about the rest of the group, and that sucks. You know, I've been running games for, God, 24-ish years, is that right? That sounds right. So I've seen firsthand where people, player to player, will just be like, your stuff is stupid and I don't care, and I'm like, whoa, hold on. Stop, man, be chill. Like, it's a fantasy game, we're all here to have fun, like, collaborate, Jesus. Oh yeah, ordering 8 drinks for 8 people, splitting the tab for a bunch of people. Like, I try to keep my games to about 4. That seems to be the magic number. So, 8+ group is, all the more power to the people that are in those groups, but that is not my vibe. I don't have the bandwidth to run that kind of thing. But, yeah. I say all that because good habits with good role-playing, with good people, and good storytellers breed good character interaction, right? They give people the confidence and the freedom that they want and need to try new things at the table and to feel like to feel confident, to try things like accents, to try to describe and narrate things, to go outside their comfort zone. There's a whole bunch of stuff where all that is incredibly powerful to gaming. But the second you have like one person at the table who makes you feel self-conscious or shitty, like you lock up real fast. You don't want to be embarrassed. You don't want to be ridiculed. And now it turns into, what do you do for your turn? I just attack. I'm just going to disengage. Yeah. Then it doesn't feel good. Because things are crappy enough at times. And that should not be a thing that happens in a free time activity that you're just willingly participate in with your friends as collaborative. Anyway, that's my TED Talk. And if you find someone who's doing that, you should yell at them. You're absolutely welcome. I guess I have a lot of opinions. They may not be good or bad or whatever, but I have opinions on stuff. In the same way where like I hate people who will murder hobo their way through stuff. Like, and there's a fine line between you're an adventurer, you gotta kill stuff, you know. Sometimes you just gotta fight a dragon and kill it. Like, you can't reason with it, you can't talk your way out of it, you can't make a deal with it, whatever. That's just, it's gonna be a fight to the death, because, hey, Tiamat's gonna come back, gotta be released from the Nine Hells, and you gotta stop her. No, she's not interested in making not interested in making a deal. Like, she's just gonna destroy the world if she gets out. You gotta kill her. Which, okay, cool, not a problem. But the idea of being like, hello, this is a shopkeeper in town who's here to sell you items. And people are like, I'm going to light their shop on fire and take all their stuff. I'm like, what the fuck kind of sociopath person are you? Sorry. I equate it to the very first town in Westworld where people get off the train and they just, like, drink and fight and just, like, screw their way through the whole area. And it's like, okay, that's fun, I guess, but do something else? Like, because now I have to run your weird power murder fantasy, and I don't want to do that. I'd rather tell a cool story, not be like, let me find out how many bitches I can screw tonight, and then burn this tavern down when I lock the door behind me, leaving them inside. Bro, you need therapy. Shit. I say it because it's happened. I've been like, nope, we're not doing this anymore. The greater mind once dreamed of leaf and cast these caverns so. Oh, the greater mind once dreamed of leaf and cast these caverns so. In every bush and every vine, the mind of Un reveals itself to us. You should always fight the darkness. Remember, if you cast magic missile at the darkness, you won't miss. But is Viking Murder Rampage Stories off the table? It's a subjective thing, but like my point is, as long as you're fighting people and like it has a point or a purpose, right? It's for the story. It's to defend people. It's to stop bad stuff from happening. You're supposed to be good guys and heroes, right? So sometimes that means you have to actually like kill the bad guys. Okay, but if you just kill everyone you see willy-nilly because you have power, congratulations, you're the group of villains now. Like, that's what villains do. Villains walk into places and go, I need your thing, and if you don't give it to me, I'll murder your family and take your stuff. And it's like, I already saw the evil Undertale run. Now, video games, though, are different, like, in my mind. Because if you're playing a video game, you want to do the, like, you know, Genocide Undertale run, or, like, the Renegade Mass Effect run, cool, get it. Because that's you and the console and the controller, and, like, I'm not going to tell you how to play video games. You know, Fable's the same way. If you want to be the bad guy in Fable, do it. It's the collaborative piece, right? Yeah. I'm so glad you brought up Fable at the same time. That game is so good. So very, very good. And I'll admit, like, I'm a huge fan of going through, and since usually my wife and I will play the same game at the same time or close to it, like one of us will finish it and then the other will play it. And she very much is a fan of, I want to do the right thing and do all the good things. Which, I love that about her. But, of course, playing the same game twice the same way seems boring to me. So I'm like, what happens if I do the bad guy stuff? And so that's always interesting, because some games do bad guy poorly, some games do bad guy well, some games do morally gray very well, which I like. But I can't do it. Even the Knights of the Old Republic, I couldn't go dark side. Heather's big thing was going gray Jedi, I think, in Knights of the Old Republic. But yeah, I mean, video games do you. Like, whatever makes the best story or entertaining thing, right? I have no say over how you enjoy video games. You know, if you it's just the collaborative piece that's super personal to me when it comes down to, we have 4 people here who are trying to be heroes in the story, and one person who is like, hey, we rescued a kid from this caravan that was attacked by orcs or some stuff, and they're like, I don't want to deal with this kid, let's just kill him and move on. Bro. Like, what? You know what I mean? That kind of stuff is like, don't. If you're supposed to be the hero, don't be that person. If you're playing a video game, do whatever. I don't know. I've got feels about how my RPGs should be. I want people to be good people. Now, I understand these are conflicting with my messages of like, but I play the bad guy in Fable sometimes, but it all makes sense. Or if it doesn't, whatever. So this is why Session 0 is important, and like, if you're playing a villain party, okay, cool. Could be fun. I have. It's actually been, hidden traders are quite fun. I like those in shorter games. Just because once that bond and trust is broken, like, it's pretty much going to be PvP, or that person has to run, or what have you. But I do like the concept. I also like the concept of the idea of a traitor and there actually not being one as well. Which I think is very cool. But both are fun. I find for longer games... Uh-oh. You're doing it. Not today. I find that formula was harder in longer games, but definitely works really well for like a 3 to 5 session, depending on your game length, kind of vibe. But it's also important that you have good players who don't take it personally and are like, oh no, the traitor. Well played. So. Oh. Yeah. But there's a good thing I saw on Reddit where they're talking about how to convince people there's a traitor in the group and potentially not have a traitor at all. And obviously one is you hand out cards and one says you're a traitor and everyone else says, okay, you're doing well. But their bit was modeled after the John Carpenter The Thing movie. And the idea was you would take a bunch of cards, hand them out to everyone, and when they look at their card, it would say, after your long rest, you feel healthy and refreshed. And as far as you can tell, you are still human. Or something like that. Something kind of ominous, right? And just give that same card to everybody else. No difference. But then make it so there's a weird body snatcher thing around or something. And then get people to start looking at each other twice, because they may just start to assume that someone else is a traitor because of the cards they got. So, that could be interesting. I like Hidden Traitor. Actually, Betrayal at the House in Haunted Hill, which is a good board game. My friend Greg, I believe, gifted me a while back. Does a couple options like that where you have a Hidden Traitor. I don't know if you played it. Oh, hey, look at that. We are in sync. We're vibing tonight. Like, as soon as we get to, like, oh, yeah, board games, too. Boom, there you go. Mentioning board games. I gotta not die. So I'm getting so excited. Sheriff of Nottingham is one of my favorites. It's a good way to start a fight with friends. But I love it. It's so much of a Jacques Hughes game. Oh, don't do it. Oh, shoot. Gotta actually dodge. Oh, that was uncomfortably close. Knock it off. There we go. I have not played Shadows over Camelot, but definitely played Sheriff's Town. Actually, yeah, you might be able to see it. I can't zoom in, but it's on my it's on the back board game shelf. I got a whole bunch of those board games back there. So, Nerd Shelf A, I've got Nerd Shelf B off to the side. So, have you played Wink? You literally yell J'accuse. I have not. What is that? Is that a card game or a board game? Because any game where I can just yell at my friends and be like, J'accuse! Sounds like a lot of fun to me. Shortcut? Shortcut. Cool. I did the rest of the bench. Yeah, good. I think the... No, I do like some of those games like that, like Resistance or Don't Mess with Cthulhu. There's a whole bunch of like, are you the cultist or the investigator in Cthulhu? Are you the, the like Empire or the Resistance in Resistance? That kind of stuff is fun. Because again, like it's all about buy-in, right? You know what you're getting into. That's the big thing. I guess that is the end cap of my D&D rant is, if the players all know what they're getting into and you want to play like an evil game, sure, but if like one person's being crazy annoying and like not going with the flow of the group, that can be very vibe breaking and hard to compensate for. Anyway, 60 cards, deal out 30, lay out the matching 30, place your pawn in a number. The person with that card has to wink at you to let you know you have it. But if someone catches the wink, you can J'accuse. Oh, okay. Very cool. I like this a lot. It's almost like Mafia? Is that the game? Yeah, but with cards. That's very cool. Yes. When does Silk Song come out? The answer is February 22 so far. I saw on the overlay options that was actually possible to select as a game to play, so that's cool. That shows promise. Come no closer, Ghost. I've seen you creeping through the undergrowth, stalking me. The Soul Kingdom, a terrible thing awakens. I can smell it in the air. I know what you are. I know what you try to do. I can't allow it. All right, let's go. Sha. Oh. Yes. We'll jump right into you. That seems like the strategy. Yep. Okay. I'll heal real quick. Seems useful. I love Hornet. Such a cool character. That's how God damn it, Will. That's how platformers work. I'm so mad at you right now. Ah, shit. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, ouch. Nope. Excuse me. Oh, man. There we go. Now, they've been talking about Silk Song for a minute, so I'm very excited to actually have like the potential for release now. Nope, nope. Ouch. Could be rude. Get out of here with that. Ow. Okay. I just get a little too crazy. Getting a little too crazy. Gotta calm down. Nope. There we go. Anything's a platformer if you put your mind to it. It's very much like the personal pizza concept. You know, anything is a pizza or a sandwich if you put your mind to it. Anything's a cult if you put your mind to it. I hate this thread. I hate this whole thread of conversation. And that's on me because I brought it here. So, anyway, do you? Aha! It opens. Anything's a platform if I'm playing it. Would it seek to break the seals? They cannot be undone. They must not be undone. Let us sleep, little shadow. Return to your darkness. Allow us our peace. Ghosts! Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Gain power. Take nap. I feel that. No, I do love some board games. I love trader games. I think they're pretty fun. Buddy Greg was an absolute monster at those games because he was always so happy to be the trader and just like lead people to their death. We were playing Mansions of Madness at one point, and he just gleefully let us all die and led us astray in a terrible way. And he's just like, "Oh yeah, that was fun for me." Like, you're an ass. So, but the game was a lot of fun. Where am I going? Play Battlestar Galactica. I have not. I did not know there was a game for that. I assume that's a Cylon thing. Is that the right nerd? I've never seen Battlestar Galactica. I just know of it. I'm a very bad sci-fi nerd. Oh, hello there. It seems like we both treaded far from the path. I can hardly believe those dusty old highways led to such a lush and lively place. This building suggests some form of worship, though its idol has clearly been forgotten. Doubles equally well for a moment's respite. Toasters, yes, Cylons. Very cool. No, I would definitely play it. I'm open to playing most board games, honestly. As long as I have some form of expectation management, I'm good. Like, the thing that kills me, it's like, okay, well, cool, we'll play a board game. How long does this take? 4 hours. Okay, I need to mentally prepare for this, maybe buy some snacks. Like, if this is my day, I'm good with it. I just need to know. Versus, like, Don't Mess with Cthulhu. It takes 15 minutes to play. So, but I use that example of, I rewatched Battlestar Galactica during the pandemic. I've heard really good things about the board game. It's pretty intense, right? That's a good question. It's definitely longer. Okay, how long does it usually take to play? There's a thing I can go up here. Place I can go up here. It's a place I know. Where'd you go? You're just in the... That seems like a glitch. That's weird. Alright. 3 to 5 hours? Okay. Yeah, that's decent. That's not bad. I'd play that. What's the, like... I assume the main selling point is, like, obviously there's Cylons, and you gotta figure out who's what. And then... Actually, I kinda wanna play... Blue. Or, no, what was that crazy game? It's like Mousetrap with murders. I'm talking about there's like a mansion you go into, and there's like all these things, and that could like fall down and kill people, and you'd have to manage that, but you can move other people in various directions. It's in there somewhere in my memory bank. It's like you drop a O. Oh, no! Alright. Finally. Had a death. Alright, I guess I'll donate $1 to charity. Damn it. Yes, halfway through the game, some turn on so you can silent halfway through the game. Oh, cool. Very cool. I like that bit. We're all working together as the crew for a while, and then suddenly, like, they switch on. You know, it's death mode. They become Transformer Death Toasters. That's very cool. I'll definitely be willing to play it. I stopped buying board games because, well, through most of 2020, the idea of getting people together to play a board game wasn't really functional. And that made me sad. So I started buying a bunch of stuff on Steam, and that's how I ended up here. But I think now is the time to start to reinvest in those things, because, well, I think it's time to be social again. Kind of. Maybe. I don't know. It could all fall apart any minute. Who knows? But 13 Dead End Drive. That's what it is. 13 Dead End Drive is that old school 90s game where you have all my stuff. You go through and you try to murder all the people who are there for like a will reading or something. Come on. I remember like none of the contraptions ever worked right, and it was very goofy. Had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, good times. I don't know. Did anybody else ever play that game? Or am I just like speaking crazy nonsense to the world at this point? Actually, I don't need to fight you. I got my soul back. Dead silence, and the whole chat's like, what the hell are you talking about? What happened in your childhood? Well, I played a lot of 13 Dead End Drive, and that's why I like to play Call of Cthulhu. You gotta murder the investigating party, that's the trick. All tracks, all correlates. That's my villain origin story, if you will. Or if you won't. I insist. Eldritch Horror. Holy cow. Yep. Is it not on my shelf? Oh, there it is. Yeah. That's the one. That's the one. Just nerding it out so much right now. Got the good stuff right there. I got so excited. I haven't talked about war games in so long, and I haven't, like, it's not very often someone comes in and they're like, oh yeah, Eldritch Horror, that's the thing I'm into. It's like, yes, that's the game right there. Sorry, the enthusiasm was just out of control. So I'm a huge fan of that game. Definitely put a lot of hours into it. Oh, don't have a map for this area. Neat. Going blind. So that is awesome. Have you played the expansions? I know there's a ton of them. I think there were like 3 or so when I was tracking it. There might be more at this point. Hear a caterpillar. Hell yeah. Oh, holy cow. Yeah, that was silly. The end of the pyramids one is kind of fun because if you played that one, you end up basically fighting Emotep, or the What for the story cards? Yeah. Oh, Mountains of Madness is very good. There's a... Apparently they're talking about remaking the Mountains of Madness Cthulhu RPG at some point. Or maybe they did remake it and I lost track of it. That's also possible. But that's a very interesting story. And kind of cool setting. And also it makes me think back to, like, The Thing and other Arctic adventures. Oops. There we go. But, yeah, that's awesome. It's not very often I get to meet another Eldritch Horror fan. I have my Eldritch Horror hostages, you know, the friends that I'm just like, hey, y'all want to play this? And they're like, well... What's up, nerd? Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, the bookshelves in this room are literally packed with, like, just dumb nerd shenanigans. Everything from, like, all my roleplay books to all my board games, to just, yeah, cool figurines and stuff, cool nerd dice, props. This is my nerd room, which is cool by me, because it's all consolidated in one place. There's nothing worse than trying to find something when you're like, oh my god, let's nerd out, and then not being able to find it. Like, that's just the worst. I mean, I suppose that's a first world problem, but that's still, you know, a problem. Like, very much the, oh no, Pringle cans don't fit my entire hand, so I can't just, like, eat the ones at the bottom without making a mess. Like, that's a problem, but it's not really a problem. So, you gotta keep it in perspective. But yeah, no, that's very exciting. The Mountains of Madness expansion is a lot of fun. Under the Pyramids is fun because it's basically like Dark Pharaoh and Nyarlathotep, and you get to fight him, and that's all spooky and weird, and I enjoy that very much. Also, at some point, I need to run Master Nyarlathotep. My wife was kind enough to get that for me for my birthday, something. Some type of life event. I don't know, she's just being nice and bought me something. Because she keeps me in finery, you see. I gotta run it. I like that it gives me the feel of Arkham Horror, but it's not 11 hours. I've actually never played Arkham Horror. That was the main reason why, though. When I looked at the difference between the two, and they were saying, like, oh yeah, Eldritch Horror is kind of the same, but faster. I was like, okay, that's probably the one, then. Why am I fighting you? I don't have to fight you. There's something up there, though. I very clearly walked past an entranceway that I did not take. Now the gate's locked. No, it's not. I can't go on out. Oh, you played Arkham Horror? Hell yeah. I got a, it took literally days. That sounds awful. Well, I mean, not awful, but you have to be prepared for that kind of thing, right? If you're going to make that kind of investment, that's something you got to know ahead of time. 1 second. Excuse me. One of the things I got really excited about and kickstarted a little while back was this dealio. A bunch of scenarios that take place in Arkham, and Miskatonic University, and that whole northeastern spooky area that I haven't had a chance to mess with yet. I have a backlog of so many games, but I love the Arkham lore. I don't know how I'd feel about playing a game for that many. Oh, does the map just end because I run out of... Oh, that's why, because I run out of map. Yeah, because I don't have a map for the area. That's why I don't see it. That makes sense. Did you win? Did you win your game of Arkham Horror? Or did you end up getting eaten by the Cthulhus? What up? Hey, I was just telling a story about you. So, I was saying how you, at least we won once. Oh no, it was a good story. I was talking about how I want to run Master Nyarlathotep at some point, and I was saying that you bought that for me for some reason, birthday or just what have you. And I was just talking about how you keep me in finery, you know. You treat me good. You know, that's the story. That's the whole story. There's, I guess, slightly more embellishment on the first run through, but that's basically it. The dirtiest definery. 100%. You're like, hey, I found some free bookshelves on Letgo. They'd be perfect for your nerd books. I'm like, yo, what are we doing here? Let's go! Nerd finery. Good stuff. How's your night going? Shopping. Oh no. Weird. Okay. Reading is essential for this, and I am not good. Yeah. You think I'd be better at this, given that I know how to read maps. Yes! Speaking of nerd shenanigans, how's that going? Invisible Sun. Got all leveled in Invisible Sun. Yes, good. Good, good, good. Does that change your house? My character did a lot of leveling, then shoved down a lot of feelings. Ah, yes. You get the feeling squisher, you know? Just squish them all down. Yeah, when you level, does that change the way your house looks in Invisible Sun? I know you said there's like a projection of kind of you, so I wasn't sure if that changed the aesthetic of it as time goes on. Oh, shortcut, look at that. I need to get back the other way. Acid, right. Bad. Ow. Ooh. House upgrades, renovations. It's like HGTV. Get the Property Brothers out there to help just add, you know, add concepts to your house. You know, you tell them, like, I want a feeling of dread and like, dread and longing in the lounge, but I want it to project out of the windows. And can you, like, work on the aesthetic, right? So, sorry. I'm long-term planning my house, moving to a spot I'm preparing. Basically a wizard tower and an impossible maze. Oh, that's dope. You're going to become a lich. That's what it sounds like. This is how liches happen. You just get a tower, you get a secluded space, you end up with a labyrinth, you hire a bunch of minions to guard your place, you realize that, like, the amount of time it's going to take you to finish your research is not the amount of time you're going to live, and then boom. Lich time. Oh, you started Adventurers Guild. Hell yeah. Does that mean, so is that like a cohort thing, or does that happen kind of off screen? Ow. Oh no. Okay. Not a problem. I just need to stop getting hurt. Stupid platformers with their skills and timing. Yes. You look like a thing. That's cool. Neat. Oh, you know what? I meant to start a checklist when I was going through this so I could track my percentage, but I guess I can just look at the screen. So far, the biggest issue is that most Basale are horrible, selfish people, but I'm working around it. It's about proper incentives. Yeah. Gotta give people good motivation. Incentives. Vizlay. Okay, cool. Check. Speaking of incentives, Will and I are putting together a list of cool incentive stuff to start giving out for the channel, since we're hitting things like record numbers of followers and stuff on Twitter and the channel itself, which if you haven't done so, if you're hanging out in the chat and you're enjoying this content or this shenanigans or whatever the hell it is I'm doing, if you're having a fun time, go ahead and please follow the channel. It helps, right? It's all for charity, so if you have, you know, a couple bucks on hand and you want to donate, much appreciated. It goes to the Surfrider Foundation, making sure we keep oceans clean and microplastics out of, you know, food and ourselves. By proxy, I guess. Oh yeah, Prime subs too. God, you know, it really is just kind of a wild day. He said prime sub, and I was like, this is not a sex thing. Oh, wait, I'm with you now. I'm with you. My brain has just been all over the place today. But, yeah. We're building a deck of many incentives. Those are the wrong incentives. I mean, it depends on your perspective, right? Yeah, no, that's not what the community wants, and that's not what we're here for. That is a different community, and not a bad one, but definitely not what this channel is. Anyway, before I got sidetracked by just bad thoughts, where am I going? Okay. Will and I are putting together incentives. There we go. Oh, hey! Awesome! Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the follow as well. You rock. You very much rock. And thanks for vibing, honestly. Like, these streams are a lot of fun. And it's great to talk to new people and just kind of hang out and get insight and talk nerd stuff and find fellow Eldritch Horror players! Speaking of Eldritch Horrors, what the hell are you? Tiny Squib, you approach fearless. Are you a hunter like me? Yes. I have great timing in these games. I think it's just a lot of dumb luck, and I'm good with it. I'll take being lucky over being good. Do you feel the urge inside to stalk, to kill, to understand? Then take it, my journal. It will aid you. At first, the text may seem difficult to discern, but a learned hunter will come to understand its words. Venture the depths of this land and slay its beasts. Prove yourself worthy to bear the mark of hunter. Yay, stuff! Oh, we're talking about how, you know, you shouldn't join a cult. But then what is a cult? And, like, I don't know, maybe it's cool. And, yeah, now we're back to the hunter cult. I have been told specifically by multiple people I'm not allowed to start a cult. And therefore, I am starting a community. A commune, if you will. Wait, hold on. So. But. Now, before. The deck of many incentives. God, I'm with it. I got it. I got this. I can focus up. Okay. We got a deck. We put a bunch of cool incentives on it. It's literally just a fun. Exercise isn't a cult. CrossFit's a cult. Exercise can be a cult. Sunshine is necessary to the human body and life. You need sunshine and water to live. We are just complicated plants with varying emotions and feelings. I say varying because I don't know. But the deck of many incentives is a cool playing card deck I picked up with a bunch of neat monsters on it from like Egyptian, Chinese, Greek, and Norse mythology are the different suits in there. So that was very exciting for me. And we've assigned a bunch of different stuff to a bunch of different cards. And so what we're going to do is we hit goals either for followers or for people on followers on Twitter. Sorry, friends on Twitter, because I know Will likes to make friends on Twitter. So we hit those goals. We're gonna pull these cards. And it can be anything from us. It can be anything from us like doing silly challenges, like drinking Malort, or like a hot sauce challenge, or something like that, to us wearing like funny costumes for a stream, to some giveaways that we're working on putting together. So incentives, right? And we're trying to make it so they're fun and cool, but we also don't want to spend a bunch of money on them because it kind of defeats the purpose of fundraising if we just spend a bunch of money on stuff that could just be donated to charity instead. So trying to find a good balance of like, no, we're gonna make cool stuff and get people more involved, and do it in like a good, fun way that that doesn't take away from the end result of trying to donate to charity. Right. Yeah, our two Joker cards right now as we're workshopping it. One is a 12-hour stream that can become a 24-hour stream with incentives. And the other one is that Will and I will switch places for a session where I will run his game and he will run my game in a non-canonical flashback or side adventure or what have you of whimsy and nonsense, which will be fun. So, just to keep it fresh and interesting. But, yeah, thank you very much for the sub and the follow. Mad Hatter Tea Party. The one and only time I got really into gin. And I'm not against it. Let's see where this goes. Okay. I hear a caterpillar. Ooh, stuff. Yes! You go anywhere? Nope. Clean cup, move down. Change places. Actually, that'd be hilarious. Start yelling change places. I get in the car and just drive to Will's house and just sit down at his computer. I would hate that, actually. It'd be fun if y'all had to switch every time someone donated. Oh. Ugh. I mean, the way I see it is, I was looking at the way people do subathons, and because we don't really want to do subs, right? Like, outside of the Prime subs. What plot? So, same room though. Oh, that's a good point. We could just get everyone in the same place. I guess that's doable now. I keep acting on the assumption that, like, the idea of putting the cast in the same place is not feasible, but it's more feasible than not. At least a couple of us, because some people are all over the place in terms of, like, different states, so that may not work. But No. I don't want to burn his story to the ground. That seems very rude. And besides, it's mutually assured destruction. So, you know, if I just ruin his hard work on his very cool Impulse Drive game, then he's just gonna destroy my pulp game, and I will have absolutely deserved it. Oop. Big dude. But he's gonna give the snakes boobs. Yeah, that would be the thing, actually. Like, he could kill all my players, and that would probably set me back a bit, but it's pulp, so we can figure it out. But if he gave all the snakes boobs, I can't even. The one time I try to have standards on this channel, I've never been able to live it down. Also, they were all dudes, which I guess it doesn't, yeah, whatever. So. Alright, I'm not dead. That's good. But yeah, that would be the mutually assured destruction act for sure. Like, come out, next thing I know, like, all my pulp villains are just like big titty snake moms, and it's like, ah, damn it. So, I think Will's left the chat because he hasn't jumped in and said anything about this. Which is probably wise. It's like, nah, I got better things to do tonight, I'm out. The fan art would be entertaining. I definitely would be down to see that. Draw them for me. Okay. I appreciate that. Just to thank you. Just to annoy me. I'm so bothered by this. I'm like just dying. That's actually not that's not the problem. I'm just not paying attention. There we go. But yay, new place. Fog Canyon. Yes, the hunter's muck. Where do you go? Ow, nope. Directly into it. That's the way to do it. Dodge your enemies and destroy them by just going face first into... Oh, shit. That's not it. Ah, crap. Alright, let me be careful and try not to actually die on this one. actually some really cool creative cosplays are ready for this game. I believe that. The art and the concepts in these games for the characters are, or in this game for the characters are awesome, right? Even looking at the different levels and how distinctly different they are, it's be really cool to see how some people cosplay the characters. And also that really tracks because like people are super into Hornet because she's awesome. So I'd be curious to see like a cool Hornet cosplay or something like that. But continue my adventure and get a little more health maybe before I go anywhere. I can't have 2 deaths. Oh, the soundtrack is incredible. That's one of the things I was thinking about. I was like, do I play music while I'm playing this game? The answer was, nah, I'd rather actually hear the cool score that they made for a lot of these places. Because it's very good. It does a great job of capturing the atmospheric vibe. Like every different region I go to, I feel very immersed thanks to a combination of the way the art is done and the soundtrack and the score, right? But yeah, so I'm always impressed by the stuff. So I should basically Team Cherry does good work. That's the takeaway here. I can't go that way. I do wish it'd be more. Alright. Going down the canyon without a map or companion. Gonna make some friends or I'll meet a bitter end. I'm not a singer. Not a word shouter. Word cadence caller. Yeah. Hey, friend.
Goa, nudo aila Mac.
Bugs. I love that everyone's a bug too. It's very cute. Like when I first picked up this game, I was like, I don't get it. Then I played it for about 30 minutes, and I was like, oh no, I'm super into it. Never mind. Excuse me. Bugs doing the bug. Isn't this something? I not expected to discover so huge a stag station after that foggy descent. The bugs of Hollow Nest must be an impressive lot, building such grand structures so far into these wilds. Seems the dangerous creatures about haven't yet made their way in here. It seems the perfect place for a quick rest. How does one even bug? Depends on your style. My preferred way to bug is to curl up in a sleeping bag like a little potato bug and just take a nap. That's my method. Some people prefer mantis. You know, they get all the cool arms, right? A little bit of harsh buzzing, 100%. Hello, what's your deal? Sword arms! Come on in. Oh, come in. Come and search for treats, have you? I chanced upon a unique little fungus growing right above us. I found it only in this station, and it tastes just divine. Ooh, can I